All right, let me ask you a question. When you use one of those online chat programs for customer service, do you ever get that kind of sense that you're not actually talking to another human being? Guess what? You probably aren't. Having actual humans handle all these service and support requests would cost a fortune. So more and more businesses are turning to artificial intelligence. They let the machines handle the most commonly asked questions, and then humans step in to handle the challenging stuff. Take the aptly named LivePerson, symbol LPSN, which uses artificial intelligence to help its clients deal with customer relations management. LivePerson provides what they call conversational commerce. They make it possible for businesses to communicate with their customers via text message or Facebook Messenger or any text-based app without hiring an army of customer service reps. Now, LivePerson just reported last week, and it looks it's really good here. The stock surged on the news. Can it keep climbing? Let's take a closer look with Rob LaCascia. Rob is the founder, chairman, and CEO of LivePerson. Learn more about how his company's doing, where he's headed. Okay, Mr. LaCascia, welcome to Mad Money, and what a great quarter you had. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks, Jim. I appreciate you having me here. I want to say, first of all, I've been 19 years running a public company, and so like I think about being on this show and everything, and all the work. My low was 7 cents a share in 2001, and today we're at our heights. So it's a great day to be on Mad Money and share the vision of where this company's going.
Well, you're very kind. We're thrilled to have you because you've got accelerating revenue growth. You've got a great story, and I want to get right to it. A lot of times we get to we go to sites, so we interact with people who are actually so smart they get it right. Your artificial intelligence actually isn't just something that substitutes for people. I think it's often better than people.
Yeah, and when we look at what we're trying to do, I mean, the bottom line is that we're making phone calls in 2019 to these banks and telcos to get customer support, and we're on hold. And we're pressing 1 and 2 and 3, and this is ridiculous. And so what we really believe is that you should be able to have a conversation with an automated bot or with a human being. And that's the stuff we power for, like T-Mobile and Citibank and now Delta Airlines. And I know you love T-Mobile and John Ledger. And 2 years ago, I reached out to John and said, we got a new way to do customer care, and we've just been working with them. They pulled out that voice technology, that press 1 or 2 or 3. It's called an IVR. And we're powering that stuff. That's the future. My kids are not going to be calling. They're going to be messaging. They're going to be messaging like they message their friends to a brand. And that's the stuff we're bringing to these large brands today.
Well, I think that you got to put a number to it because you've got 270 billion calls. How much does that cost the system, so to speak?
It's not. $1.2 trillion right now is running through the global economy for phone calls. A big bank in the U.S. would spend $1 to $2 billion taking your phone call. And you think it sucks, you think it's terrible, but they have to put all that in because it's old technology. So that $1.2 trillion is sitting there. That's analog voice call. That's got to get digitized. I mean, e-commerce is like $2 trillion. And so right below that is conversations, and we call that conversational commerce. And that's what we need. We have to have conversations as humans to buy things, to get customer support. You can't just go to a website and click around. You have to actually ask questions, and that's what we really power with our platform with these really large brands, even small ones, but the really large ones is where we're doing the really exceptional work.
Well, Robert, I've got to tell you, when I first heard about this, I said, well, wait a second. What happens if Alexa comes after you with Amazon? But you've hired Alex Spinelli, as global CTO. He ran the development team for Alexa, didn't he?
Yes, and we got a lot of that group joined us because we're sitting on this gold mine of conversational data, 60 million conversations we generate on our platform. And if you're into AI and machine learning and you're a scientist, that's the data you want to use to sort of power artificial intelligence and bots. And the interesting thing is you worked at Amazon, you're just working for Amazon. We're out there powering thousands of brands in the world, and Alex joined us and a bunch of other people recently because they're like, we can take a Delta Airlines, a T-Mobile, a Citibank, and power the New York Times and help power these companies into the AI revolution. And that's what we're really doing. And that's why we were getting this great talent.
So can you go over, for instance, let's just pick one that I didn't think of as having customer service, so to speak. What do you do for Dunkin' Brands?
So for Dunkin' Brands, right now, actually, through Alexa, through a front end, we can basically make orders and reorder donuts. You could do things. So like, there's a whole other way we can use those front ends to power that. I'll tell you something more exciting is I know you like the Philadelphia Phillies. We're actually powering a thing called Brew to You. So from your seat, you can actually order a beer through Messenger, through a bot. So you hit a code, you message, I want a beer, I want a hot dog. You pay with Apple Pay, instantly it comes to your seat. And that's conversational commerce, making life easier right there in the stadium at Philadelphia Phillies.
Well, that and Bryce Harper, of course, would make me very, very excited. One last question. When I think about your company, I said, why aren't they making a lot of money, which you're not yet? But then I read your conference call. It looks like that you've got a spend build out to meet demand, but that could level off, and you could have some margin expansion ultimately.
Yeah, I mean, look, we from 2001 have been making money, and recently I just said we got to bet big. I mean, the demand right now, our pipeline's like doubled over the last couple of months. Every brand in the world is going to want to do conversational commerce. We back in Apple Business Chat, that's iMessage, Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, Alexa, Google Home. Every brand wants to use those front ends, and they want to get connected to their organizations. They need a platform like ours. So the demand in the market, and that's why I'm even here at Mobile World Congress. It's like I'm talking to all the telcos here about how do we put like an AI assistant inside of the telephone so that you can basically on a mobile device say, I want to buy a car. And you can actually talk to someone about buying a car, actually buy that car through that device. So it's going to be everywhere. And we're really powering that. So look, we got to spend now, and we're really about accelerating the growth right now. And that's why I'm really after doing it. Like I said, I bet long term always with this company, and right now, but we're betting for something very big, and that's why I went big into spending right now on sales, on technology, but once again, we can make up that margin expansion as we really grow the revenues of the company.
Well, congratulations. It's so great that it worked. I mean, you've been at it, you've been in the vineyards, and you've been toiling, and it's all paid off. That's Robert LoCascio. Yeah. He's the founder and CEO of LivePerson. I think it's a pretty darn exciting company. Mad Money's back after the break. Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.